Hey everybody out there. Today for you guys, we profile my friend's Gravekeeper deck. Now I've sort of helped him out a little bit with this, just giving him some input. This is very similar to the way that I used to run Gravekeepers as well too, back in the day. The one thing you should keep in mind is this is before Commandant, this is before Descendant, before Recruiter. You're talking GOAT Control or GOAT 2005, GOAT format GKs. So keep that in mind when you're watching this video. But without further ado, I'll let my friend go over. I'll be putting my input into and helping him out because I love this deck to pieces, and I definitely want to profile it for all you GOAT players out there. So go ahead, man.
All right. So first of all, we play 3 spies. 3 is the reason you play this deck. Spy, it's amazing. Searches a Gravekeeper from deck, which is a +1 in a format where +1s are few and far between. Also, under Necro Valley, it's a 2/5 defense wall. They just can't get over it. And you end up swarming the field with so much advantage that they just can't really get over it. They can't deal with it. And you kill them very fast. In addition to that, my Gravekeeper ratios are triple Assailants and 2 Spear Soldier. Assailant kills big monsters, and Spear Soldier deals piercing. This one you can also just set it. It's a 2K wall under Necro Valley, which is quite good.
You can bait them out sometimes. Yeah. The one thing we were talking about using, and you guys can run it if you're playing your bit as Chief, if you want to. Some people back then used to run Guard too, but it wasn't as good until the Synchro era because it was just a 1-for-1.
Yeah, Guard. I would, like, if I weren't playing all the other stuff I was playing, I'd play Guard. Yeah. Like if I were playing a normal GOAT deck, maybe some Monarchs too.
Yeah.
But this is more Gravekeeper centric, so I'm not really running Guard.
Don't forget about Spear's piercing effect when they flip GOAT tokens.
This is very good.
Put in 2,000 damage. Good games.
So that's my Gravekeeper.
Yeah.
In addition to that, I have 2 Tsukiyomi. Tsukiyomi combos really well with Chief. Tsukiyomi in hand, Book of Moon the Spy.
Flip it up again.
Flip it up, summon a guy from deck.
Don't forget that Spy is a bigger body, so it'll live around a little bit longer, and also the fact that you treat Spy kind of the way you would treat Magician of Faith and abusing with Tsukiyomi. So definitely, it's an amazing play.
You can fill your field really quick. In like 2 turns, your field is totally full, and you are attacking for game. It's very strong. In addition to that, our last monsters are the Warrior Engine. Playing 1 of each. Exiled, level 2, the Assailant, Deadly Warrior Lady. So this is very strong early game. Deals with set monsters. If I don't have protection for my Spy, then I might just like search one of these 2 and set it, and then stay safe that way. Because if they like knock your Spy, you sort of lose.
Exactly. That's what we were talking about earlier. Because like the Warrior Engine back then was still very strong, and this just helps you, like he said, when Spy gets hit, you kind of up the creek without power, because that's your backbone of your deck. There'll be your different combo plays. So you want to have something else to rely upon. And the Warriors, the DDs especially, can help with removal, Jinzo, stuff like that, bigger monsters. Exile Force gets around problematic cards. Mystic Swordsman is pretty dang good. It's underrated, I feel like. And then
just knock on legs.
Yeah. And then you have 3 Rota to search out whatever you need, so it's pretty good, like a little package engine. I love it. But yeah, continue on, man.
All right. So that is all my monsters, and getting into the spells, you saw the 3 Rota.
Yep.
Our Necro Valley ratio, 3 and 2 Terraforming. You play, like, I think 3 Terraforming maybe a little too much, because it's not like today's format where you want to see Diagram or whatever, or Resort all the time. Because if you have a Necro Valley out, and you have a Terraforming or a Necro Valley in hands, then it's sort of dead. But that's sort of offset because you're going to be making your opponent's cards dead with your Necro Valley. Their Premature Burial, Chaos Monsters, all those sorts of things just don't work under it.
Oh yeah.
And you really need it to have these huge imposing like 2K monsters that 2K normal summons.
It's so hard to get around.
Yeah, you just can't deal with them.
Goats have like a lot of GOAT decks. They have these small little monsters, and their big monsters are their Chaos Monsters. So like this prevents it. For them, getting that, and it stops things like Magician of Faith, Monster Reborn, Premature, Call the Hunt, like all these cards that are important in GOAT format. A lot of part of your big trinity of good spell cards, this stops, and so that's so essential and so good, and it helps, like he said, with your engine. But continue, man. Sorry for putting my input or annoying you guys, but I love this deck to pieces. I really do.
And then we have a protection.
This I love.
So the reasoning behind this is you are inherently have a spell card here, which is going to be on your field. If you want to set spell cards, that makes their Storm good. It makes their Storm a plus. So you want to be able to run things like this to negate Storm. You also want this to like stay on the field, obviously, because it's going to negate cards in their hand that they just can't use. Another big reason is you want to be summoning a ton of these. You want to be pushing. You want to be pushing for game. Getting over big fields.
Lots of pressure.
Lots of pressure, yes. But Mirror Force can just sort of stop you in your tracks. My body beats Mirror Force, beats Sakuretsu, beats all those cards. Another really important thing is it beats Noblemen of Crossout. They cannot cross out your spell, you just negate it. Because Crossout does destroy.
So good.
It's very, very strong.
Yeah.
It's just all the protection the deck needs. Just everything.
I can't tell you how many times I've been playing against him when he's playing this deck, guys, and this one, like, I'm like, okay, I can maybe make a comeback, and then he bodies the one play I have, and it's just like, it's downhill from there for me.
3 because you need to see it.
3.
Yes.
Yeah, I cannot see anymore. Yeah, definitely agree. Staple stuff. Books.
Triple Book of Moon.
Multi-versatile in this deck.
Yeah, it's beats your opponent's monsters. You do have a Piercer in the engine, and you also book Spy, flip it back up.
Yeah. Because you have
need.
Spear, you can pierce things and go for game. Flip down a Relinquish, then pierce it for game. Yeah, that works.
Then we have 2 Noblemen.
Yep.
Noblemen is it's sort of a staple in the format. Beats everything. Beats everyone's first turn play, clears the way. And we have our staples.
Nice.
Now, Heavy Storm, some people don't actually play it in this deck because you're all you don't want to clear your Necro Valley. But I find that people will they'll just set their entire hand. They don't really expect the Storm at all. They don't expect me to play any of this and like go minus Storm.
Or they're dead cards, like you were saying earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll have dead cards set, but they'll also set like big Mirror Forces, and this is another way to push. And you'll just have more Necro Valleys in hand. So you Storm, activate another Necro Valley, you have like 6k damage on board, attack for game.
Yep.
It's really, really strong. So that's all the spells. Then we're on to the traps. Double Rite of Spirit. It's Monster Reborn for Gravekeepers monsters, like Bring Back Spy, Book of Moon Spy, or Tsukuyomi Spy, Spy Effect. Under Necro Valley, it still works. So if you have Necro Valley out and they cleared your board and you have this, you just summon a Spy or summon an Assailant. There's 2k walls, and they have a really hard time dealing with it and go for them.
True. Plus, it works like you were saying with the Tsukuyomi play, which is really nice. Yeah.
A lot of this deck is recycling Spy. That's why we're playing so many books.
Like I said, Spy's your backbone.
Playing 3 Judgment for the exact same reason that we're playing My Body. It does all the same things. It just says I can push I can push like into whatever back row, and I can set Spy without fear. I can set back row, multiple back row, and activate Necro Valley, and if they storm me, I just negate it. Super, super good. I wouldn't play any less than 3, and 3 My Body. That's what makes
Gives
it
it such a good control. It's the best control card right there. And you
not for Mirror Force, because Mirror Force is just too good to pass up.
Amen. All right, well, thank you so much, man. Like I said, this deck is dear. If you guys know me, GK is my #1 favorite deck of all time. And when I saw him building this, I said, oh my gosh, this brought me back the memories of back then, because I did play it. This card gets around so many problems. Assailant, Jinzo gets around it. Parshaft gets around it. So many things like these cards get around. Spear puts in damage for games, gets tokens and whatnot. The deck is so geared to hurting a lot of standard or just what most people run besides Beast Beatdown. If you're familiar with like competitive Go, it hurts a lot of strategies out there, and I love it. So thumbs up for GKs. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed hearing him talk about this and just talking about the good old days of GKs. But next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling, and thank you very much, man.
You're welcome.
And take care, everybody.